Well, let's face it, the 73rd U.S. Women's Open at Shoal Creek is no longer up for grabs. This major championship has turned into the unveiling of a force to be reckoned with, the confirmation of a burgeoning star. On a sultry Saturday in Alabama with a powerful game and an unshakable demeanor, Ariya Jutanugarn grabbed hold of this historic competition, took measure of this classic golf course, and placed both in a submission hold. As we begin the final chapter of her dynamic story, the conclusion is no longer about who might win this national championship, but who might possibly catch her. Helping, it has been a lot of work to get this golf course prepared. It's our Rolex marquee pairing, and it's the top two, Sarah Jane Smith, who was the 36-hole leader, and Ariya Jutanugarn, who is the 54-hole leader, something she has relished over her past 6 or 7 events. She knows how to close. You look at the leaderboard, and there is Ariya, Sarah Jane behind, 4 shots back. Hyo-Joo Kim, Madelyn Sagstrom, fun to watch all day yesterday. She's already out on the golf course, 7 shots back. Inbee Park, a highly decorated LPGA player, is lurking, but at the moment 4 shots back, to indicate that she will wilt under the pressure about to start her day. Let's take you to the first tee.
This is the 1:05 starting time. Please welcome from Australia, Sarah Jane Smith.
33 years old. She's played 222 LPGA Tour events and still looking for her first win, let alone it happening in a major championship. Played well, just could not get a putt to fall yesterday. Did not have a birdie.
Oh yeah, Smithy.
From Thailand, Ariya Jutanugarn.
Had to play 28 holes yesterday. Got up at 4 o'clock in the morning because of the delays and then the rain shortened second round here on Friday. And so with a long day under her belt, a full night's rest, she's trying to win her second major championship and become the first from her homeland, Thailand, to win a U.S. Women's Open championship. So both players find the rough down the right side. That rough is thick. Don't let the iron in her hands fool you. Up at the green, Hyo-Joo Kim fired a 68 yesterday, and this for birdie. And now 7 under for the championship, just 5 shots back.
It's only 100 yards longer, but there's 5 par 4s that are over 400 yards, which is going to suit Ariya, I feel, a little bit here. And I don't think she cares who's chasing her. The challenge for her is to not be thinking about the outcome right now, Julie, like you said you were doing. She's got to think about 1 shot at a time, and there's one of those high iron shots. Beautifully played out of the rough. What a great shot, and what a way to start for the championship leader.
For the trophy presentation, and now the second shot for Sarah Jane Smith.
Some 35 yards in front of Ariya's tee shot. She drew a little bit of a thicker lie, but shouldn't have any problem getting this to the green.
You know, we talked about early in the broadcast how Ariya's an aggressive player, and that just shows you right there. She was just firing at the flag on the first hole.
Now at 2, it's Hyo-Joo Kim who birdied the opening hole.
I think it's important, Joe, for the ladies that are chasing, if Area does have a problem, that they are ready to deal with the putt that would allow them to take a lead.
Here's Carlotta Saganda up ahead. She would go on to tap that in.
And this Carlotta right there has the firepower to shoot a 64, 65.
Here's Lexi Thompson, third shot at the par 5 sixth.
Both par 5s on the front 9 reachable for a handful of players. Lexi obviously one of them with her power.
Started this final round birdie.
And that's a lovely shot, and she shouldn't have any trouble there making another birdie.
It's a great start for American Lexi Thompson. Different putter than we saw the early part of yesterday, so she used that throughout round 3, and now that putter survives the evening and is in the bag for round number 4. Back to 1. Sarah Jane Smith first.
Well, she's drawn a beautiful lie here, uphill, clean behind it. She's got to deal with this ridge. Ball's really going to go left once it hits the green.
Scrambling has been beautiful this week.
Yeah, she's missed this fairway every day, and she's given herself a little trouble on one again today.
She's walked away with par each of the first 3 rounds, and she'll have to make that for par here on Sunday. Pedestrian round yesterday, as I said, couldn't get any birdie putts to fall. Bogeyed 8 and 9, and otherwise all pars in round 3. Now Angela Stanford for birdie at the par 5 sixth to get to 4 under.
This is a great pairing for both of them. Lexi and Angela. Lexi Thompson and Angela Stanford played many Curtis Solheim Cups together. They love playing with each other.
Good tempo, trust your target, okay?
Yep.
Second shot here for Madeline Sagstrom at 3.
After bombing her tee shot, she's got 224 to this right hole location. She is on a slight downslope, which will actually help the shape of this shot. Aim it at that left bunker and let it peel back to the right.
Well, topped into the rough. Here's our leader, Area Jutanagarn for birdie.
Started with a nice birdie yesterday. Can she do it? Oh, yes. How about those nerves, Joe?
I mean, there's just no flinch at all.
Well, it's 3 days in a row she birdied the first. Pretty impressive.
Here's Lexi Thompson for birdie at 6.
I think that putter might stay around for a little bit. She looks very comfortable over it, and it matches her outfit.
I was wondering if you're going to get that in there.
Now the par attempt for Sarah Jane.
That's important for her to stay within sort of striking distance.
We saw her miss a few of those left to righters starting out yesterday, but no problem today. Just poured it right in there.
She had 8 left to right putts in a row yesterday to start her round. Missed them all.
Hyo-Joo Kim at 2.
That hole in that back left portion of this green is very difficult to get close to.
under par for the week.
It looks like the greens are picking up a little bit of pace, Julie. They really had a hard time, the ladies have this week, reaching.
Yeah, we've seen about 4 putts, and we've seen them all get to the hole.
Yeah.
It's been
It was tough outside 15 feet yesterday. It was really kind of hard to watch how many putts came up short. They were just misjudging the whole deal. And now our area going with another long iron here off the tee. She blisters this club. This is a dangerous tee shot with that creek down that right-hand side and that big bunker lurking. This club right here might take that bunker out of play for her.
And we saw her yesterday hit 3-wood off of 1, and today she did go with a little less club. So I think her strategy today is get it in the fairway.
Julie, yesterday she hit a 3-wood off the 3-iron off the tee, and they were going to try and elect to go up a little bit farther, but that's about the same place they were yesterday.
And that is just a bullet. Beautiful tee shot. Great start for the championship leader. Just
now Smith
keeps applying the pressure to Sarah Jane Smith. She's got that little butter cut down pat.
Just blew it by area right there.
Well, we didn't see that much yesterday.
Inbee Park with her 3rd shot here at 3 to par 5.
She's going to have to land this one pretty soft from 56 yards. She's only got 4 yards of carry on that front right bunker.
Just have that little backstop, helps her to bring it back down there. I would say her and Lydia Ko are probably our 2 best wedge players on our tour.
Before Inbee played, this was the 3rd shot for Madeline Sagstrom.
She's going to have a lot of green to work with there. It should be a pretty basic up and down for her. We just saw Carlotta knock it inches there from that same bunker.
Here's a par attempt for Hyoju Kim at 2.
Just slightly misjudged her approach. She's pitched in the bank of the bunker, chipped up pretty well to here. Tricky one to read. Sort of 2 slopes influencing it.
She's a major champion, 2014 Evian Championship. Shot 61 in the first round. Earlier, 3rd shot at 7 for Danielle Kang. And the 25-year-old able to knock it in 3 under for her round today.
So we are seeing some birdies out there. The course is giving up some up early.
4th shot now for Madeline Sagstrom at 3.
She only needs to land this about 2-3 yards on the green, and it'll all feed down to this hole location.
It sounded heavy. That's 3 poor shots in a row here after a good tee shot.
Now at 6, Alban Valenzuela. 3rd shot.
Alban's will be a junior next year at Stanford University. She is actually leading in driving distance this week.
Wow.
That the tower, the top one. Yeah. Maybe it's not very something. It's okay. You will finish on the right side. Yeah.
Maria played a conservative shot off the tee, 169 yards, the most difficult hole location on this green. That is just on a high plateau up over there on the left. There's no margin for error on this shot, but this is where Arias destroyed the field this week. If you look at strokes gained, her approaches have been remarkable, kind of like Tiger Woods was in his domination.
And I think she's in sensible mode right now. probably not even looking at the flag stick, but right edge of that bunker. That shot tracer's right in her reaction. That is a big, big miss, and good luck getting that close to the hole from there. And so we finally see a little flaw.
Well, we'll stay here. In fact, I know you're going to talk about Sarah Jane's second shot here, but for Aria, her golf instructors, Pia Nilsson and Lynn Marriott, sent a text before the week and said your 15th club is going to be attitude, because there was so much worry about rain and lift clean in place, and are we going to play it up or down? Her attitude's been fantastic, and that's one of the reasons why right now she's leading this player, Sarah Jane Smith, by 5.
I love that it's framed as the 15th club. That mindset is so critical. They all have the physical skills. You know, the bottom line in the end, Joe, is you have to want to win more than you're afraid to lose.
No, it feels pretty hard to me. It feels pretty firm.
I still can't open.
Yeah, I think so. I think you want to try to favor just a little bit left of it. It's going to get us to the flatter cut. And then it also gives us a little backslap back there just in case it comes out. And it's a little, I think it's going to be a little bouncy. I think you can open it, yeah. I almost feel like you're setting up kind of at the left edge of the green. Just try to finish it like a little bit left of it.
Very difficult shot here. Decent lie. It's clean. You can see the view from the players. Look, she's got to land it just past those 2 sprinkler heads. Got to go up in the air to get this close.
Goodness. So much for safety first. That is just beautifully executed, probably as close as you'd ever want to get it in the situation she's in at the moment.
And you know, you also, you talk about being out on an island by yourself, but Les, Lurk, and her work really well together. They talk everything through, and Aria has a lot of confidence in Les, and Les has a lot of confidence in what Aria can do, and that's a big thing.
I mean, the caddy was telling her about, they were talking about how much she should open the face. He's pretty involved in this.
I guarantee, I don't know you back then, Paul, but I guarantee you nobody told you how far to open the face on a field shot like that.
No way. That was just a different world, a different game. I think golf's harder today than it's ever been with all the information the players get. Now, I wonder what this lie's like, Brad.
Well, it's really skinny. You can tell it's still wet underneath it, so she's got to be really precise, shallow approach here. I would expect a medium height shot and let it run when she lands on the green. And again, 2 shots in a row or a big knoll or ridge she's got to play with.
She talked about in her interview how she likes that whole location on the right-hand side, and it's a little awkward when it gets left because she does like to hit a fade in.
Up ahead now, Inbee Park, 7-time major champion for birdie. Just doesn't wander left. Madeline Sagstrom missed her par putt. Now to 8, Danielle Kang for birdie.
Nice little chip in on the last hole from a pretty tough spot below the green. Just stuffs it in here on 8.
This is going to be just a little bleeder. Looks like a little bit left to right.
Wow, what a start. She's birdied 1, 3, 7, and 8. And the back-to-back U.S. Women's Amateur champion in 2010, 2011 is having a Sunday. Now back to Sarah Jane Smith at 2. She'll have that for bogey. Here is Patty Tavatanakit for birdie at 6. The UCLA Bruin.
Yeah, we talked about Albin leading in driving distance. Well, Patty is leading in greens and regulation. We got 2 amateurs up there leading some stats.
Well, We're looking right into the future then, aren't we?
Birdies at 1,
Pretty
3,
intimidating
and 6.
course. Aria's only failed to get it up and down 3 times in the entire week. This would be some kind of impressive if she can make this, Brad.
Well, it's a very flat putt here on this top of the green, and a beautiful third shot.
Left all the way. Just set up by a really bad second shot. Very unusual. We haven't seen anything like that from her the first 3 rounds. So let's see if maybe she's just going to be affected by that. That'll rattle you when you miss the green that badly with a shorter club.
I'm not sure she gets rattled too much.
You know, she's matured a lot in the last few years. Steve Eubanks, who's working with us this week, just said she was just kind of fun-loving, bubbly, older sisters out here. But the last couple years, not weeks, last couple years, she's really flipped a switch emotionally.
She's not worrying about the outcome, which is, I mean, it's really hard to tell a 22-year-old that. Don't worry about the outcome. And she has so much skill. She putts the ball well. She drives it well.
A bogey at 2. Bogeyed the second on Thursday. Uninterrupted coverage of the USGA Championships on Fox is presented by Rolex. Now to 7, long birdie putt for Lexi Thompson.
Right back up the hill again. It's just speed is getting the ball there.
Okay. Now at 5, Carlota Ciganda.
Playing 161 yards today with that back left hole location. Plays about 7 or 8 yards downhill. That's another beautiful iron.
So both Smith and Jutanagarn bogey the second hole. And here is our leader, Aria, at 3.
Well, we've seen her hit 2 unlikely shots. The first tee shot, she hit very thin and out to the right, and then that fat pull on number 2. I think there's a little bit of excitement, a little bit of nerves that we haven't seen the first 3 days.
When she gets to pull that 3-wood out, like she does here at the par 5.
And that she really let that rip right there.
Sarah Jane Smith finds the fairway, and maybe this is the chance to break the string. She's gone 26 straight holes without a birdie.
I have to say that's the most roll we've seen all week on a golf ball.
Yeah, no doubt.
So they are drying out a little bit.
Take a look at the leaderboard, and as you look at the names and where those players sit here as we play on a Sunday at Shoal Creek, let's hear from Mike Davis.